Hi guys,
Welcome back to the Boeing Bookshelf.
this is the State of the Bookshelf for October as well as
November, and possibly some reviews. So the reason why this one is so late is because, like we said in our previous videos, we were getting ready for, some home repairs, and those home repairs ended up being more,
in-depth than we expected.
than anybody expected. So it took a while. Our house just barely got somewhat organized, and then on top of work, and I've had been having some bad episodes of cluster headaches that have sent me to the ER yesterday. So I'm fine. IV fluids and medicine helped with that. The bill will not, but but yeah. So coupled with all that, and we just haven't gotten our normal space set up and running again, which is very sad because I'm hardly in there anymore. I miss my books. But so anyways, you wanna?
Did get a nice. That's rude. Got a nice birthday present. Got Naomi Novik's A Deadly Education. I'm looking forward to reading that. It's probably my next book. So I did finally finish my other book. The review for that one will be pending. I have to mull it over a little.
And then I was anxiously anticipating Jennifer L. Armentrout's new book, The Brightest Night. It's the third book in the Origin series, or at least I'm not quite sure if this is going to be a series or just a trilogy. I've seen actually more that it's going to be a trilogy, so this is the last book. I hope not, because I love the world and I love the characters, but if it is, that's fine. I can just go back and relive it all, just like I do every other world that's come to an end. And then I'm like barely started on this one. That one came out on the 20th. So I grabbed that one, and then I am barely into Karen Marie Moning's. This is the Fever Song. This is book 9. I want to say 9. I could be wrong. The Fever novels. So, yeah, I realized that I haven't done a review for Burned or Feverborn. So I will probably try and get to that a little bit on this video. I might also do my review. It's going to be very, very short because with my brain is muddied as it is with.
You're lucky that wasn't on camera. You're too short.
We heard it. Sonny didn't make the jump. He didn't even make the jump. But anyways, so yeah, with my brain as muddled as it is, the reviews are going to be very simple, very basic, just basically what I liked about it, and that's really going to be it.
We did finally finish Sandman.
Yeah, so let's get that one out of the way because it's so fresh.
Yes. Both of us absolutely loved the first half of it.
Yes.
It was awesome following
Morpheus.
in his quest for retrieving his items.
Mm-hmm.
That's something we've both kind of noticed with Neil Gaiman. The second half ends up being lots of random collection of stories that doesn't seem as connected as it should be.
Yeah, I mean, like, it does kind of follow a few of the people who were affected by Dream's or Morpheus's capture.
But yeah, it's not, like it's so completely out there for the stories that you can't get into it. It's just a lot more of the second half. It's okay, why are we following them now?
Mm-hmm.
and then it follows a bunch of different people, and it will jump back and forth between them, even though there's no connection between the breaks between them. And I get that it's really a graphic novel. The second half really comes off like it's a random ordered picks of an actual comic book release.
It just seems like it's a collection of stories or whatnot revolving around the consequences of Morpheus's capture.
Unfortunately, there was some of those where I felt like it should have went beyond what they covered.
Yeah.
And then there's some of them where it's like it wasn't really needed at all.
Yeah. Oh my lord, I don't remember the name of that section, that book. It was the cat one, the cat's dream.
Oh yes.
I felt like that was so not needed. I just
Dream of a Thousand Cats.
Yeah, I was just like,
yeah.
What's going on?
So, some of the random ones kind of give you some insight into Lord Morpheus or characters connected to him.
Mm-hmm.
That one, it came off more like it was an edited out portion that somebody decided, no, this needs to be longer, let's throw that back in.
Yeah, I just didn't really see much point with that one. And it was still really good. Let me don't get us wrong. The whole thing was really good. The first half was obviously better than the second half.
It was a more cohesive story.
Yeah.
Even when it jumps around during the first half, the jumps make some sense.
Yeah.
Second half, a lot of the jumps, it's why are we here now?
Yeah. But, with the full cast, it was flipping amazing.
Yes.
James McAvoy was, oh my gosh, I loved James McAvoy before. Dude, he's amazing. He was great. The full cast definitely made it fun. They had some of them had multiple roles and voices and stuff like that. Andy Serkis was in it as the Raven. But yeah, so it was really good. There were things that I wish that we could have gotten more of, like Cain and Abel.
Yes.
And especially the gargoyles. Gosh, poor Abel. Wanting to name that gargoyle Irving. And Cain's like, no, it has to be named after G. So it's Goldie. But he's like, I'll still call you Irving. He's like, aw. I wanted more of that. That looked really cool, or seemed really cool.
I would actually also like to meet some more of Morpheus' siblings.
Yeah.
Death's parts were really interesting.
I liked Death a lot. I thought she was really, really cool and very not cold. She was definitely more logical. It was just, but sassy at the same time.
Yes.
I loved it. She was cool. We met Despair and Desire.
Didn't get a whole lot of. I think it is Despair. They have 3 lines or something like that, pretty much, and that's all they're really all they're really covered. But it would been nice to actually have a little bit more of them, especially seeing how it came off like the two of them were plotting against Morpheus.
Mm-hmm.
Or Dream, however you want.
Yeah.
Whichever name you want to use for him, he has a ton.
But yeah, it was really good. I did enjoy it a lot. But still, I mean, hands down, my favorite Neil Gaiman story is Neil Gaiman paired with Terry Pratchett is gonna be Good Omens. I flipping love that book. Oh my god. It was so well done, and the fact that, an angel and a demon become best friends is so... I love it. I love it. But yeah, so that is our review for Sandman.
If you haven't looked into it, I would definitely suggest it.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if you have a little bit harder time dealing with it with the second half of it. Not that you won't enjoy it, just it's not quite as good as the first half.
Yeah, so just kind of be prepared for that. But that, again, this is our opinion. But we'd like to hear your takes on it. How did you like Sandman? Did you, if you've listened to the audio version of it, do you like that one better, or do you prefer the graphic novels? We are looking into getting the graphic novels eventually.
Yes, I want to see if there is any major differences between them, because it really does seem like there's the possibility they changed stuff for the audio.
I don't know, man. Neil Gaiman is
I know.
very, very particular about his stuff, so I can't see him making any changes, especially when this was his, and with him narrating.
Of course, with graphic novel, you have the art, and how much did they really describe compared to what's actually
right?
depicted.
Like how much were we missing based on not having the images? I guess I can do Burned and Feverborn. But yeah, no, Burned. I've talked to my friend Amy, and I've actually gotten a client of mine to buy the series, and like she's went through 1 through 5 in like 3 days. It was crazy. She messaged me on Instagram, and I was like, "Whoa, like that's so awesome." But yeah, no, she's loved them. But yeah, I feel like this half from Iced on to Fever Song has been my favorite section, or my favorite part of the series. But yeah, so in Burned we meet a new character named Jada, and like at first I wasn't really all that thrilled with her. I didn't like her very much. But the second time around reading Jada, I understand her a bit more. The world is still very chaotic. They're now having to deal with black holes that are the leftover incidences from the Hoarfrost King and his destruction, and yeah, just things are still going by the wayside, and no one is safe right now. Mac was still fighting around with the book, and it's in her, it was just she's trying to figure out how to overcome it, and I feel like in Burn is probably where she's the weakest with Mac. I feel like she lives more with fear than she did with any of the other books. So it was weird watching her be this really strong, empowering character, and then all of a sudden she's taking a back seat based upon fear, legitimate fear, but that hasn't been Mac in some time. But yeah. Danny went missing. They're trying to find Danny. And then they're also trying to save Christian from the Crimson Hag when he sacrificed himself at the end of Iced. And sorry, spoilers. And so yeah, they're dealing with that, and then there's a lot of consequences surrounding the actions that happened saving Christian, that come back to might potentially bite someone in the ass, bite several someones in the ass. But yeah, no, I liked it. It was good. I think Burned is probably my least favorite out of this section, but I still hold it in higher regard than the first half of the book or the series. Feverborn. Oh crap. They are. They're still going through the same stuff. Max spends a good majority, I believe, from Burned on Invisible. So she's also wondering, like, what the hell's going on with that. But in Feverborn, she does come back. They're learning more about Jada and her secrets, and how she has to help everybody. And if you don't know who Jada is by now, I'm not saying a word because that was a plot twist. Yeah, that really kind of sucked. I'm just gonna say. But like, there's one particular part in Feverborn that, oh man, dude, like I wanted to cry. I cried during the first time I read it, and the second time I was like trying to hold back tears, and it all has to deal with Shazam, and it's this it's this cute koala bear cat thing that that's very special to Jada, and the Abbey eventually gets attacked, and Jada flips shit and tries to rescue Shazam. And there's a little twist behind Shazam, so I'm not really gonna say much, but just, oh man, dude, I just really wanted to cry. But yeah, Feverborn ended on a cliffhanger. Wasn't horrible, just mainly because, you know, I had the next book. When I first read it, that cliffhanger really did suck. But yeah, so like, yeah, Mac meets the infamous Sweeper, and she makes some very tough decisions and is now having to face those consequences. Sorry for the crappy ass review. Again, that's probably what you're gonna get. Hopefully I can do better for Fever Song. I did finish Game of Thrones. That one was, okay, so y'all remember that my brother recommended that book. And I haven't started the second one because I've been trying to get to a point where I could do this review. It's going to be shorter than what I want, and probably shorter than what he wants. So here goes. That book is a whole lot of frustration. Holy crap. Christopher warned me the Game of Thrones was going to be, you know, just nothing but frustration. But I liked it. It is a bit dry, and there are some things where, like, I had listening to, like, I almost book failed it. And it was like a major part. It was actually a big part when Catelyn was. She ran into Tyrion at the bar or inn, and yeah, he spent like a good while. George R.R. Martin spent a good while talking about the food. And I'm like, I love food too, but damn, I don't need to go into detail. I mean, every scene with the food was, oh my god, the food sounded amazing. And I understand that there is a cookbook for this series,
Yes,
so I'm kind of interested.
He definitely describes the food like he's obsessed with it. So.
But I mean, yeah, it is a bit dry. Not as fantasy based as I was anticipating. I don't know why I kept anticipating something more or less like Lord of the Rings, even though I haven't read Lord of the Rings, because Tolkien, I look at Tolkien's books and I'm just like, my brain just starts fizzing out, short circuiting, and just like, I can't do this. But
not that hard.
It's the freaking names. But anyways, Tyrion is probably my favorite character. I really love Tyrion. I love the fact that his attitude is, despite his, no pun intended, shortcomings,
She's talking about you.
He holds his own, and he deals with life very firmly, but also with some fun. And I really did like his character. He was very nice, very, quick-witted and sharp. Jon is probably my second favorite, which he was a lot younger in the book than I thought he would have been. In the book, I think he's like 15 years old. In the show, which granted I've only seen 3 episodes.
I'm not sure how old he's supposed to be, but...
He looks 20 or so.
Yeah, I'm not sure how old he's supposed to be in the show.
Yeah, I don't know. And I've only seen 3 episodes, so from what I saw, everything matched up pretty well in those first 3 episodes. I haven't gone back and watched them because life's been very hard.
Yes.
Lately. So I'm waiting for that to get back to normal. But I really did enjoy it. I would say my only horrible critique for it, or bad review, would be the incest and the child bride sex scenes. You know, Jamie and Cersei. Is it Cersei? Yeah. Is it Cersei?
I don't know.
I think it is Cersei. Jamie and Cersei, I'm just like, and then Drogar, was it Drogar or Drogo? Drogo and Daenerys. I was like, oh, dude, that chick is barely, that's a girl. That's barely 12, 13 years old, and Drogo is 30. And then she gets pregnant. I'm like, that's not cool. Not cool at all. I mean, I understand the time and all that stuff. It does happen, and back then, royals did, you know, keep their royalty in the family. They didn't really want outsiders, but still, ugh. Jamie and Cersei scenes, which, oh my god, my biggest frustration was, you know, Sansa was, yeah, I could see exactly what was going to happen with Sansa when they were in King's Landing. Oh my god, dude, I so wanted to reach to that phone and strangle that bitch. Oh my god. It was so flipping horrible. And like I kept texting my brother like, dude, what is Sansa doing? She's an idiot. Because, I already knew that Ned died. So that wasn't really a big spoiler for me or anything like that. But I was like, it's all your fault. You should have known Joffrey didn't love you, and he was using you, and his mother actually hates you. No, man, dude, no. So much frustration. Oh my god. But yeah, I really did enjoy it. It was, you know, it was good. The ending was good too. I really wasn't expecting the baby dragons and Daenerys. But I liked it. It was good. I can't wait for the dragons to be a big part of the book. I hope. Hopefully, I'll start book 2 soon. But yeah, I really did enjoy it. So I also can't wait to watch the series, or at least season 1. Been told that they get crappier as they go along. So who knows? So that was Game of Thrones.
We have made some more headway on Blinding Knife.
Yeah.
I think here soon I'm going to go ahead and have her read Gunner's Apprentice, and I will record it while she reads. It's short, but I'll probably time lapse it and just get her reaction while she reads it.
But yeah, so like, and I also finished Shadows Between Us by Trisha Levenseller. I read 2 of her books already, The Daughter of the Pirate King and then Daughter of the Siren Queen last year, and I really did enjoy them. They were like a Jack Sparrow retelling, almost, but female. Really good. So I've decided to pick up, you know, Shadows Between Us. I liked it. I did have some issues with it. It just seemed very forced. Some of the storytelling was very forced. I actually liked the scenes with the Shadow King the most because he was more interesting than the female lead. And I don't know, the female lead just seemed like a really big shit pot stirrer. But that's kind of what the story was about. She has like she has 4 goals: to meet the Shadow King, to woo him, to get him to marry her, and then to kill him. And then of course, I mean, obviously, you know, that doesn't happen, because why would that happen? Nothing ever follows the plan when a chick has a determined goal of, I'm going to kill this man. It doesn't happen. They fall in love. But I liked it. It was good. Very interesting. Like I said, the parts with the Shadow King were more enjoyable, just because I liked his personality the most. And he wasn't quite the shitpot stirrer like the female lead. But yeah, I'll still read some of her books. But I don't know, this one kind of made me feel like I might want to be more careful choosing. um, but yeah, I did that, and then I read I read Crave by Tracy Wolff, and I will say this was marked up as a Twilight fans will love this, and things like Move Over Bella and Edward, Grace and Jackson Vega are moving in, and it's like eh. Oh god, dude, where do I start with this? It almost ended as a book fail. I didn't. I pushed through because it got more and more ridiculous as the book went on. It was, again, I feel like the story was mainly written around trying to get these two people to meet. And that was it. There was no real backbone to the plot. It was a crappy vampire book. And I would still put Twilight above it. That's how crappy it felt. I felt to me. Didn't like it much, especially at the end. There was a big plot twist with Gracie. It does kind of then it does kind of end on a cliffhanger a bit. That it's like, you gotta be effing me, because this doesn't make any damn sense. And it's that Grace's parents die and she needs to go to a boarding school that her uncle owns and is the headmaster of, and her cousin's there. And this school is obviously hiding something because no one's telling Grace anything. And come to find out, it's like a freaking smorgasbord of supernatural creatures. They all hate each other, and they're all out to get Grace. But there's something special about Grace. Yeah. And then, Jackson Vega is this, mysterious dark boy or dark guy, and they go from frenemy to making out in less than 2 chapters, and then Grace is so overwhelmed and obsessed with Jackson. It's just like, that don't happen that fast. That doesn't happen that fast. You don't fall head over heels and then berate yourself over it. That doesn't make any sense. But I finished it just mainly because of how ridiculous it got. Some of the characters I didn't like, the relationship that Grace had with her cousin Macy, I really did enjoy, because I was really expecting her to be, the cousin who stabbed her in the back, and no, she was actually very, she fell into that cousin role very, very well, and I did enjoy that relationship with Grace and Macy. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. So the book 2 is Crushed, and it came out in October or something like that, this month or last month. And I don't know if I have any desire to read it because I don't know. Every damn vampire book that comes out in YA who totes on being or Twilight fans will love, or there's a new relationship in town, move out of the way, Edward and Bella. I'm always like, something's wrong here if you're having to use Twilight to help sell your book. No offense if you loved it. It was very ridiculous to me.
It does really seem like the entire purpose of the book is, we're just like Twilight.
Very much so. There's a lot of similarities between the two. But, it is what it is. So, I mean, I won't reread it. I won't buy the hard copy. I did buy it on my Kindle because it was super cheap. And that's all that I will do. Unless some weird hair gets up my ass and I want to buy a second book. I don't know. But no, I would rather stick with Twilight. I know that I read The Exorcist, and I need to do a review for that. Shocked the hell out of me.
That needs its own review.
Yeah, that shocked the hell out of me. And you'll have to just see why. which I might do this after this if you're still up for it. If you're okay with it. What the hell was I reading? Oh! Before time completely runs out, I have hit my reading goal for the year. I have read 50 books this year. And I still have November and December to go with a lot more books to read. So, yay for that.
I don't believe I set a goal this year because I know it's been hit or miss on me being able to read.
Hopefully you can get back into the swing of it soon.
Yes.
But yeah, we had bigger plans for our October video. We wanted to kind of dress up a bit. And again, with me being under the weather and house repairs, this is what you get.
Yeah.
So, sorry. Not sorry. Can't help it. So, hopefully November won't be quite as chaotic for us. Hopefully I'll be starting to feel better soon. As you can probably tell, I look really freaking exhausted. And this is how my face normally looks. I am so sorry. You'll have to see this. It is what it is. And if you've ever had cluster headaches and or migraines, you know how I'm feeling. But yeah, so this was information overload. We do apologize. But yeah, this was the State of the Bookshelf for October.
Possibly
And,
November as
yeah.
well.
Sorry it was so late.
May end up doing another one for November after we look a little bit more into what's going on for us in November. But for now, we'll just say this is for both.
Yeah, and sorry for the very rushed, not so thorough reviews for Burned, Feverborn, Game of Thrones, Shadows Between Us, and Crave. But
Sandman wasn't too rushed.
oh yeah, and Sandman.
Some of those may get their own separate ones later, but wanted to give you at least that much.
This was again
State of the Bookshelf.
for the Boeing Bookshelf. Y'all have a happy Halloween. Be safe out there. Stay warm because it's freezing here.
Yes.
And
Like, comment, subscribe.
yes, and thank y'all for watching this horribly rambly cluster of reviews and talks. So,
Until next time.
bye. That was some shit.
What?
So first off, have Kip kill Liv, because he didn't miss not once or twice, but all 3 shots, all while getting shot himself and then potentially dying. And then to go on to read the footnotes that, ha, I pulled a fast one on you, ha, you're an ass.
Hey!
No.
You did it to me.
No, not you.
You did it to all of us.
That's a below the belt move, dude. That is. I was like, what the f? What the f?